Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Can we just all ignore the hot, sweaty mess going on right now, okay? Today I went outside, it was about 31 degrees and then just before I started filming it started thundering, okay, and raining on my way home. If you've been to England, you know. Right, boys and girls, this week I'm doing a super chilled chatty video. I sent out an Instagram post and Snapchats just saying to people like I want to do a sit down chatty video where I talk to you guys and what kind of things you want me to talk about. So you guys have sent your stuff in, so that's what we'll talk about today. Some of them I had a thought, some of them I haven't. There are some more serious ones and there are some less serious ones which you'll soon find out. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first topic someone wants me to talk about is the prices of FREDDOS, which was a very serious topic to them, can I just say. When I was younger, FREDDOS were, I think FREDDOS were 5p, weren't they? Let's Google it, hang on. Original price of FREDDOS. I thought they were 5p when I was younger, but Google is telling me they were 10p, so maybe I was wrong. Apparently now they're 30p. 30p. Can we just eat that for a second? Is that taking the piss? 30p for a Freddo. I could literally go down to my shop on my way home from school when I was younger and buy that. Now I have to rethink. So yes, the government increased the price of Freddos, or whoever did it. You ruined someone's childhood. Oh, 8th of March. Cadbury has announced that the price of Freddo bars is dropping to 25p as of today. The decision to reduce the cost of one of the nation's favourite treats in 30p comes amid outrage that the chocolate frog's value exceeded inflation. Yeah, well, when I was younger, it was 5 or 10p and obviously not now. Right, the next topic is actually was an actual serious one sent in. I'm kind of gonna mix up with some serious and non-serious topics. What life is really like when you leave school, and I feel like I've actually had to give this one like quite a bit of thought because I think it's actually quite a serious topic, to be honest, because I feel like life after you leave school no one really prepares you for. When I was younger, adults used to say to me, enjoy your school years, they're the best years of your life. And looking back, like, don't get me wrong, college has probably been like, my first year of college was probably one of the best years of my life. Like, I've met some amazing people, I've had some more topics, I'm moving forward up the ladder like in my life to the next steps. So obviously that's quite a good thing in itself. But leaving school is something teachers at school never really spoke about, and I actually think they should have, because since leaving school, there's a massive transition between school and college. The education system does say the jump between GCSEs and A-levels is the biggest jump you'll do. The jump between A-levels and uni apparently isn't as much. So I know for some people it's going to be like they're not going to be top dog, basically, as what they thought they were in school. College is very, very different. Life after you leave school, so you've got this big massive summer, you've got all this time off, you're doing everything you want. Sometimes and you're preparing for the next steps, whether you're going sixth form, whether you're staying where you are, you're going somewhere new for college. And as soon as you get there, the work is harder. Yes, there's so many pros, you know, there's so many pros, like you meet new people and more educated and you're moving on up to the career path you want to be at, but the work is so much harder, like so much harder. Like, I thought biology GCSE was really easy. A-level is something else. A-level is something else in itself. So that bit in a way isn't portrayed as much. I kind of joke about it in school, but it's a big jump. So I think that needs to be more prepared. Life after school, I think in general, I think people have this perception of you're going to stay friends with people in school the rest of your life, and it's really sad, but most of the time you don't. Start school and you might get to 11 and you might have 20 friends. I promise you, you'll leave school with like single figures. School was probably one of the biggest transitions in itself, because you've started from age 11 and you finished at 16. that whole teen period you've grown together and you spent 5 years with the same people. Of course you're not going to like some of them and you're going to get really close with some of them, and when you leave school you'll be like, oh, that person was so fake and I'm not friends with that person anymore. Expect not to be friends with some people who you thought you were going to be. That does happen sometimes in friendships as well. When you leave school you might be really, really close to someone and think, yeah, we've never argued, or we've got no conflict, and yeah, they're definitely staying friends. Both of you and everyone, if you're in like a group, will meet other friends. It will happen, and sometimes you might see them less. Like 2 of my close friends from school that I still talk to go to a different college than me, so I see them less. We don't talk as much, but when we do meet up and we do talk, it's like nothing has changed. But that is part of like growing up. Like you do get less time for people, and then some people who weren't meant to be a friend just leave your life, and that, if that was meant to happen, it was meant to happen. And sometimes when you move into new places you have to let old people who weren't good in your life, or perhaps were meant to leave your life, behind, because you need that room. Sounds really weird, but I was once having my makeup done by someone. We was talking about school, and I think I'd just left school, and she was saying to me about, because I was saying about, oh, like, I don't know who I'm going to stay friends with, blah blah blah. I think I was worried of losing some people, and she said, don't ever worry about losing some people in your life, because some people are meant to leave your life, and that creates room for new people. And if some people never left your life, you would never have the room you do for new people to come into it. And actually that's quite true. It stayed with me after that, because you don't have time for everyone in your life. As you know, as realistic as we want it to be, you just don't have time for everyone in your life. My 2 friends who go to different colleges, we're all busy. You know, when you get into college, people get part-time jobs, people have more work to do, people have more responsibilities. So yeah, you probably will see people less. The thing you want to do to maintain friendship is plan, and if you don't plan then it will never happen. But when people get busier, you definitely need to plan more, whereas in school we could be like, do you want to hang out today? Do you want to come round? Because you had less to do and you had less to think about, less responsibilities. So that part of life after leaving school definitely changes, and you do definitely feel the responsibilities of adults a bit more. In college, I don't know if it's the same as sixth form, but in college you are given that complete independence and everything is on your shoulders. If you don't want to be in that class, teachers aren't going to waste time trying to convince you. They're just going to remove your bum from their class. Another thing that I think has changed from leaving school is being in school where you had your tight like communities, like your houses, like blue, green or yellow college, things like that, where you do challenges and your assemblies. You don't get any of that in college. Or you don't in mine anyway. So unless you do any extra clubs or talk to people, you'll never meet new people. It's not as together as school. You're not like, oh yeah, I know that person in my year. Like, you just don't. You don't really know the people who aren't your friends, like the people you talk to in your class. They're just kind of people who wander around your college. So that togetherness, I think I miss that from school a little bit. The thing of doing challenges together and having that togetherness and talking all as one, whereas in college, that everyone's just kind of doing their own thing, which is fine as well. But yeah, no, I definitely miss that a little bit. I don't miss school, but I miss this kind of togetherness that everyone was in a way. That's the thing, school never taught anything about life. You taught me about maths, you taught me about volcanoes in geography when I didn't even know where some of certain countries were in the world. But if there's no life skills put into any of these subjects, or the reason why we're doing them, and they're not justified how we use them in everyday life, what is the point? There needs to be half an hour of just sitting down with your teacher being really down to earth and talking about things you want to know in life. In school, you have no idea. You have no idea what the rest of the world is preparing for you, or what it's like, or things like budgeting. Like, now I have a car, I need to put money away and budget what I spend. That doesn't get taught to you, none of that gets taught to you. And I definitely think curriculum systems need to put life skills in place more, because we have all this knowledge but we don't have any knowledge about life. So please someone change it. I've talked about this quite a lot now, life after leaving school, yeah. No, like, sometimes things just change. Things will change when you leave school, and don't be disappointed when people who don't want to stay in your life don't make an effort. Don't, because I promise you'll find new people, you'll always make new friends, and you have your whole life ahead of you, and focus on you and what you want and growing as a person, and everything else will come with it. Next topic. Brexit. Oh god. Right, so if you don't know what Brexit is, it's basically Britain leaving the Britain leaving the EU. We had a vote as a country. We chose to leave. And for some reason, no one can handle that decision. Personally, I can't say too much about it because I don't know too much about Brexit. What I do know is a lot of people are resigning. So I don't know what's going on there. Someone did ask, Brexit, is it just a brand of cereal? Who knows? But I hope that they do sort it out because it's just been very ongoing. So good luck. How to cope with A-level stress. I don't even reminisce on GCSEs, on you thinking how that was hard and then thinking GCSEs were a breeze. GCSEs were an actual breeze compared to A-levels. I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm doing less subjects, it's not going to be as much stress. Wrong, okay, wrong. A-level stress is really stressful. If you're like me, you can get stressed really easily when you've got a lot of work. Make time for breaks, make time for you time, that's really important. Otherwise you'll get too stressed and then it'll just, nothing will go right, trust me. This is one thing that I don't tell you. First year of your A-levels, you can't mess about, okay? It's not a mess about year. It's not a, I'll settle down year and do better next year. No, literally, it's not with school where you can have your 7 and 8 kind of, you know, figure out who you are a little bit and mess about with your friends and maybe mess up a few mocks. You can't do this at A-level, okay? You can't do this at A-level. You have to be revising every day, like GCSEs. A-levels is not a break, okay? It is not a break. After you get your timetable and you settle in for a few months, make a revision plan immediately. When you go to that lesson that day, come home and revise it a little bit. So I wish I had, because then I wouldn't have so much filing and so much things to do at the end of the year. Don't put your expectations too high for your grades for first year, because a lot of people fail their first year. Timetable and plan, stick to it, stay motivated, do things that motivate you. Remind yourself that it is very important if you want to go to uni, things like that, or just to get your qualifications. Yeah, definitely don't associate your life around your grades. Do the hours you need to, find the ways that you can work. If you work better with a partner, work with a partner. If you work better by yourself, work by yourself. Time management, that's something a lot of people struggle with. You need time for yourself, your revision, family and your friends, you know, any social side, and your hobbies, things like that. So just make sure you set time aside for it, for each one, and you should be fine. Or you can do what I do, you really cry about it first and then you get on with it. Next one. The new chicken nugget box. It came off my phone this morning. New chicken nugget box. I'll buy 20 nuggets. There's a new crispy chicken in town. Oh, it'll set you back a whopping £7.89. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really confused. Can someone tell me what the new box is? So coming out with 50-piece chicken nuggets. Could be wrong, but I'm impressed. The next one someone put in was changing youth. Really hard to talk about changing youth because everyone comes from a different generation. There's always going to be a missed communication between different generations because every generation gets stuck in their way. Like when the New Incredibles come out, I thought these kids will not know what they're talking about because this film came out in my time. Yeah, but like I said, everyone gets stuck in their way. Everyone gets used to something, and as soon as something changes, when it's been like that for quite a few years, outrage. Older generation will definitely disagree with some of what the new generation do. That's just the way it is. People come out with things at younger ages and it's like, you know, just understand things more younger. Like girls who are 13 trying to be 18 and getting into clubs, like no. People trying to grow up too quick. Just enjoy being a child, enjoy being a teenager. You will not get to live it forever. When I was 10, you know, on your Tamagotchi, do we even have them anymore? Like, do people even know what they are? And now, you know, 5-year-olds walk around with iPads and iPhones. All of yous out there trying to be 10 years older, stop. What made me start YouTube? I didn't put in my mind and go, oh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. It didn't happen like that. I was actually writing on my blog. I said, oh, I filmed a video today. Like, I just wanted to film myself doing my makeup. And I was saying to my friend, like, it's not letting me upload it to my site. So the file's too big. What do I do? She was like, put it on YouTube. Like, even if you just send me the link, like, put it on there. I was like, okay, no, I'll do that. So I set up an account and that's kind of how it started. I literally just put the video up. Didn't think that I would sit and continue to make videos and get people to film with me, things like that. Kind of did it with no fault. Just went, okay. But now it's a lot more than that and I definitely enjoy it. There's 2 more topics you guys wanted me to talk about, was tips for college and advice and driving, because as some of you may know, I've passed my driving now and I now drive. So I'm actually gonna make 2 separate videos for that because they were quite highly requested, so I think I need to go in and delve in deeper for them. But this is all I'm going to talk about for today. Yeah, I hope it kind of gave a little bit of comfort for some topics. If there's any other things that you want me guys to talk about, just leave them down below. I never mind. Or if you want to privately message me, if you want to talk about something, your girl's here. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe down below if you'd like. That'll be really nice. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye.